Well, so here I am coming off an inadvertent hiatus. I didn't mean to not make videos this week. It just ended up being one of those work weeks where between between my daily routine. For those of you who are new to the channel, thank you. Welcome aboard, and you are free to come and go as you please. You know, uh, some people dig what I do, some people don't. There's a lot of variety on here, but it mainly, oddly enough, it kind of centers around money, adventure, freedom, that kind of shit. Anyway, yeah. So this week, basically, I'm doing my day job more or less, and then before my day job, and after my day job, and then all my spare time in between, I'm going over charts, working on stuff for the market, trying to move into doing that for my primary source of income. I can't really tell you how that's coming along because it's a very long process, and I can't really share with you what I do, because it isn't that it's so complex that nobody can get it. It's just that it's extremely complex, and what makes sense to me and what makes sense to other people isn't going to be the same things that make sense to you. It's like seeing all these different little things that move around, and you spot something over here, and then for a moment in time those things move at the same time, and it's all about finding that, and then exploiting it is the wrong word, but I mean that's an appropriate word for it, and then you exploit that correlation. So all that time is spent looking for those correlations, and the work that you put into it is a determining factor in your success, I'm told. So much of where I'm at now isn't my own information. It's friends and more experienced people than me helping me along. We learn from our setbacks. We learn from people who have something that works, and we try to put that towards what we're doing, and we move forward. But as a side result of that, it's been an interesting week in that I didn't know anything happened with the NASDAQ the other day until I got home, and I'm looking through my little YouTube subscriptions, and there's Contango Downs got a video about the NASDAQ pausing. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that happened. I'm looking at a particular chart in a different market, and I couldn't tell you, looking at that other chart in that other market, where the NASDAQ thing happened. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize until later. And so I watched the dude's video, and Contango Downs got a really cool production style, and he's a very eloquent guy. So I watch his stuff, and then I'm reading the comments, and one dude in particular commented like, "Oh, this was a big test to see how people would react." And then Contango's like, "Oh, don't downplay this, whatever." And all I could think of was all the times that the New York Stock Exchange has paused. I can think, I'm not super young, but I'm not terribly old. Off the top of my head, I can think of 4 times that trading has been suspended. Uh, usually trading ends up being suspended when there's a big sell-off, and they want everybody to cool their jets and talk to their clients, take another look at the fundamentals so you don't panic on off the edge. Or in the case of one time, maybe it was in the 90s, where the algos did a big sell-off, and they had a little kill switch that they shut the market down. The real story, in my opinion, with the NASDAQ pause is that the damn thing started back up again. Whenever those circumstances happen that I'm talking about, they stayed closed until the next trading day. But the NASDAQ resumed, like 3 o'clock? It ended up, they resumed trading. And so, I mean, I think it literally was some sort of a weird computer glitch. If there was a problem with data being slow or whatever, the details of that, I'm sure it'll come to light if it's important. But it's very interesting. And maybe the other part of the story was I had no earthly idea what was going on, because I'm not listening to Alex Jones or whomever may have been talking about it on the radio. I'm just sitting there with my own little chart and doing my own little thing, and It was funny. The other thing that happened was I didn't realize silver had went to 26 or tested 26. I suppose I haven't looked. I looked at a quick SLV chart when I noticed that a lot of my friends are putting up silver videos. I'm like, oh, how you like? Shave Studios went like, how you like silver now? I'm like, I don't know. How do I like? Tell me how I like silver now. I, for those of you new, I was rolled out. I had a metal position early in the year in gold, and I sold off a stop at 10%, and I haven't really looked back. I kind of went into a different market and did some trading model overhaul. So I haven't really been working with the metals so much, and it's because of my friend's interest that I've kind of kept interest. I mean, I imagine around Christmas I may buy some more metal or whatever, but I don't know. We shall see. But that was the thing. I was so focused, oddly enough, and I think my point of that is that even as a a beginner trader at the beginner level, because I was particularly focused in one market and the news pertaining to that single market, and actually this week it's been more of a technical type thing, so I'm not really looking at the news just yet. I'm kind of trying to find the movements, and then I'll look at the news as I go back. But because I was just studying technicals, kind of being a chart monkey, I finally wasn't the economist that I wouldn't say I've been famous for, but I once fancied myself an economist. I am a fan of the economy still. I am. It is true. But yeah, thanks everybody for sticking around, and big thank you to Josh Galt, and big thank you to Don Harold. I don't think I've mentioned it yet in this video, but I was a guest on the Day Trade Show last Sunday. Big honor. I don't think we were really talking about trading much. I had a motivation type video, and we talked about life and positive stuff and how we get by. And if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the description box. All you got to do is go down there and click on it, and it's down there with Contango Down this video. And also a big thank you to Josh Galt. Gave me a nice shout out after his hiatus that he had this week. Looked like he was working hard and playing hard. So we'll have more for you soon. Got some good stuff coming up. Should work out good. It's a big project, continuing that we were talking about from before, with getting some help on it, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. It's going to be everything you ever wanted to know about anything to do with economics and the financial markets. And no. No, it'll be good though. But it's going to be some longer videos, and we're going to get somewhat detailed, and it's going to be kind of a stream of consciousness where me and another guy are bouncing some thoughts off of, and he's got more experience than I do, and it's always good. It's always good if you're ever able to surround yourself with people that are smarter and more skilled and more experienced than you, if you can ever do it. All right, so there you go. We'll see y'all later.